Howdy, folks. I'm Farron Wise. Thanks for joining Consuelo and Ethan on today's episode. We're pretty sure you'll find it interesting. Our producer, Toby Eunice, would like you to know that he's put a link in the description box below this video. The link will lead you to a comprehensive briefing document on today's topic. While you're watching, please take a moment to like our video and make a comment. Also, if you're not already, please subscribe to our channel and click the notifications bell to make sure you're informed when we release each new episode. Now, let's get on with today's program.
All right, everybody, get ready, because today we are going deep on a real-life treasure hunt.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about John Collins Black, a former music industry hotshot turned treasure hunter.
Interesting combination, right?
No, it makes you wonder if those years in the music biz, helped him craft narratives and captivate audiences the same way you have to for a good treasure hunt.
It's a thought, isn't it?
Yeah, this guy, John Collins Black, he wrote a book called There's Treasure Inside.
Oh, I've heard of this.
Yeah, and it's got clues to the locations of not one, not two, but 5 hidden treasure boxes.
Wow.
Across the United States.
This is like straight out of a movie.
Totally. And listen, we are not talking about some trinkets buried in the backyard here.
Okay.
Collins Black, he curated some really unique items for these treasure boxes.
Like what?
We're talking ancient Greek jewelry, possibly from the time of Alexander the Great, a diamond and sapphire brooch, once owned by Jackie Onassis.
Jackie's brooch? That's insane.
I know, right? But wait, there's more.
Oh, there's more?
There's more. A 96-carat emerald, rare Pokemon cards, even physical Bitcoin.
Okay, so this is for everyone.
It's like a treasure trove designed to appeal to all sorts of people. Historians, collectors, pop culture nuts.
It's smart. That's how you get people interested, right? Cast a wide net.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And here's the best part. We've got more than just the book.
Oh, really?
We've got an exclusive interview with Collins Black himself.
No way.
Yeah, and he dropped some serious hints about the hunt. So this isn't just a deep dive. It's like a backstage pass to a national treasure hunt.
I am so ready for this.
So our mission today is to put on our detective hats, analyze everything, connect the dots, and hopefully give you a leg up in this real-life treasure hunt.
You know, he didn't always start out as a treasure hunter, right?
Right. He had a whole other life.
Yeah, let's rewind a bit. Talk about his journey from the music scene to treasure hunting.
Okay, so Collins Black wasn't always a treasure hunter. He actually spent years in the LA music scene. Yeah, worked with some big names. But, he was feeling burnt out, craving something more, something to rekindle that sense of adventure he had as a kid.
You know, it's funny how those early experiences can shape us. It's like they plant a seed.
Yeah. He mentioned spending his childhood digging for quartz crystals in North Carolina.
And now look at him, hiding treasure all over the country.
I know, right? Full circle. And speaking of full circle, that brings us to Forrest Fenn.
Oh, yeah.
Collins Black was completely captivated by that story, the hidden treasure in the Rocky Mountains.
I can see why. For those who don't know, Forrest Fenn was this wealthy art dealer who said he'd hidden a treasure chest filled with gold and jewels somewhere in the Rockies.
Right. And he published a poem with clues to its location,
which sparked a nationwide treasure hunt that lasted for years.
Yeah, sadly, it even led to some tragic outcomes for some folks.
It's a cautionary tale.
It is. But for Collins Black, it was also a huge source of inspiration.
Yeah, he realized he could create something similar.
Right? A treasure hunt that would get people excited and maybe even inspire them to rediscover their own sense of adventure.
That's beautiful.
But, he also wanted to make it safe.
Oh, of course. After what happened with Fenn's treasure.
Yeah. He wanted something challenging, but safe, something that encouraged people to explore the beauty of the U.S. without putting themselves in danger.
I like that. A treasure hunt with a conscience.
Right. And here's another fun fact. He's got a children's book company called Marble Press.
Really?
Yeah. And he even published a children's book himself called Our Unbreakable Thread.
That's sweet.
And guess what?
Is there a treasure map in it?
He hid a clue to the treasure in that book, too.
Wow. He's really good at this.
He loves layers and hidden meanings.
So this isn't just about digging up a treasure chest.
Nope. It's about solving riddles, piecing together clues.
And paying attention.
Exactly. And the coolest part is he did all of this himself.
Wait, really? He didn't even tell his wife?
Nope. Designed the clues, picked the hiding spots, protected the secret locations.
Wow. That's commitment.
His wife loves puzzles, too. But even she was left in the dark.
Makes you wonder if his music background influenced how he designed these clues. In music, you often have to, read between the lines.
That's true. You have to listen for those subtle nuances.
Maybe he's doing the same thing here. Not giving us the answers outright, but making us work for them.
I love that. So, all right, let's move on to the book itself.
Okay.
The structure is kind of interesting. It's not just a straightforward set of instructions.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
So 4 chapters are dedicated to clues for 4 of the boxes. But get this. The clues for the biggest, most valuable treasure are hidden throughout the entire book.
Oh, wow. So you have to read the whole thing.
You got to become like a literary detective,
I like that.
piecing together fragments of information to unlock the big mystery.
It's like a puzzle box within a puzzle box.
Exactly. And remember that map they showed in the promo video? The one with the 5 regions?
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, guess what?
What?
In the interview, Collins Black says it's not an accurate representation of the locations.
He's messing with us.
He is. He's telling us don't trust the obvious. Use your imagination.
So we can't just rely on a simple geographical search.
Nope. We got to dig deeper, analyze the clues, consider all the possibilities.
He's good.
And here's another thing. He mentioned how certain items have like distinct energies.
Energies.
Yeah, like he could feel the energy of each object, almost as if they were whispering their story to him.
That's kind of spooky.
Right. He specifically talked about the gold chalice from the ancient Chavin culture.
I don't know much about the Chavin culture.
Me neither. But he made it sound like a big deal.
So is this like a mystical element to the treasure hunt?
Could be. Could these energies like influence the hunt itself?
Act as guides or obstacles or even like reveal hidden clues?
I don't know, but it's definitely something to think about.
This is getting really interesting.
Right. Okay, so let's recap. We've got a former music guy turned treasure hunt mastermind.
Check.
5 boxes filled with historically and culturally significant items hidden across the U.S. A book with layered clues. A map that's intentionally misleading. And hints about the energy of certain treasures.
This is wild.
I know, right? And we haven't even gotten to the specific treasures yet.
We have a lot of ground to cover.
We do. So buckle up, because in part 2, we're going to delve deeper into some of those treasures.
Okay.
And analyze the potential locations.
Yeah.
We'll use Collins Black's hints, our own research, and maybe even a little bit of intuition to try and pinpoint where these treasures might be hiding.
Sounds like a plan. So stay tuned. So, all this talk about energy has me thinking.
Yeah, me too.
Like, let's dive into some of those specific treasures Collins Black picked for this hunt.
Okay, yeah. Where do we even begin?
Well, I'm particularly curious about that gold chalice from the Chavin culture.
Oh, yeah. The one he had so much trouble finding.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was really important to him.
Right. It makes you wonder if maybe the hiding place has something to do with that.
What do you mean?
Well, like, what's the story behind the Chavin culture?
Good question.
Yeah.
I'm not really familiar with them, to be honest.
Okay, so the Chavin were this pre-Columbian civilization that thrived in the Andes Mountains of Peru.
Peru, yeah.
Yeah, from around 900 to 200 BC.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Right. They were known for their impressive architecture, intricate metalwork, and their complex religious beliefs.
So maybe the hiding place is somewhere in the mountains.
It's possible. Their artwork often depicts jaguars, snakes, and other powerful animal motifs.
So mountains, jaguars, snakes? Could those be like symbolic clues?
Right. Pointing us towards a specific region or type of landscape.
That's true. It's like he's giving us a puzzle within a puzzle.
And remember, he specifically said he avoided hiding any treasures on dangerous cliffsides.
Right. So we're looking for a mountainous region, but not necessarily a treacherous peak. It has to be somewhere safe and accessible.
Exactly. And then there's that whole energy thing.
Oh, yeah.
He said he could feel the energy of each object, especially the chalice.
Which makes sense. It was probably used in rituals, right?
Most likely.
Right.
So maybe he chose a hiding spot that somehow connects to that energy.
Like a place with spiritual or historical significance related to ancient rituals.
Yeah, maybe an area where indigenous cultures held ceremonies or considered sacred.
I see. So a place that would resonate with the energy of the Chavin chalice.
Precisely. It's like he's trying to create a connection between the object and its environment.
Okay, so are there any places in the U.S. that fit that description?
Well, the Southwest immediately comes to mind. You've got the ancestral Puebloan ruins in places like Mesa Verde, Chaco Canyon, the Navajo Nation.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
Yeah.
They're all pretty significant in terms of like spiritual energy.
Exactly. And they're full of canyons, mesas, and rock formations that could have served as sacred sites for ancient cultures.
Right. It's a vast area, though.
It is. But if we focus on locations that might resonate with the symbolism of the Chavin culture, the jaguars, snakes, mountains, maybe we can narrow it down.
Okay, I like that approach.
But
What
with
about the other treasures, though?
Good point. Let's move on to another one. How about that Jackie Onassis brooch?
Ooh. Yeah, where would he hide something with that kind of historical and cultural significance?
It's hard to say Jackie O was an icon of style, grace, elegance. She was also deeply interested in history and the arts.
So maybe somewhere that reflects those qualities.
I was thinking the same thing. A place that embodies artistic legacy or historical significance.
Somewhere on the East Coast, maybe, where she spent a lot of her time.
It's possible, but remember, Collins Black has ties to the West Coast, too. He spent years in the LA music scene.
True. And California's got its fair share of locations associated with elegance and cultural heritage.
Right, the Hollywood Hills, maybe? Or somewhere near San Francisco with its history of gold and grand estates.
Maybe. But don't forget, he loves the outdoors, too.
Oh, yeah. What about a location that combines a sense of elegance and history with natural beauty?
Okay, I like where you're going with this.
Like a botanical garden with a historical mansion. Or a coastal area known for its stunning views and its connection to the arts.
Those are good ideas. It seems like we really have to think outside the box here.
We do. He's given us a lot to consider, but it's up to us to connect the dots and see the bigger picture.
Right. And, we can't forget about the Rocky Mountains.
Oh, yeah, good point. He spent months searching for Forrest Fenn's treasure hidden there. That experience must have left a mark on him.
You think he might have hidden one of the boxes in the Rockies or a similar mountain range?
I wouldn't rule it out. It's a diverse landscape rich in natural beauty and historical significance.
Plus, it fits with his emphasis on accessibility.
Right. He wants people to be able to actually reach these treasures. So we're not necessarily looking for a remote, treacherous peak.
More like a location within a national park or along a well-maintained hiking trail.
Exactly. Somewhere people can enjoy the journey as much as the destination.
Okay, so let's say someone's listening to this and they're ready to hit the trail and start searching.
Okay.
What advice would you give them? What should they know? What should they bring?
Well, first and foremost, safety first. Always let someone know where you're going and when you expect to be back.
And it's always better to hike with a partner.
Yeah, absolutely. For both safety and a collaboration. 2 heads are better than 1 when you're trying to solve a puzzle.
Plus, it's more fun to share the adventure with someone.
Exactly. And of course, you got to be prepared. Bring plenty of water snacks, proper clothing and footwear, a map and compass. Make sure your phone is fully charged.
You never know what you might encounter out there.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of research.
Oh, yeah. Good point. Collins Black's book is full of historical references and potentially subtle clues.
Right. So understanding the history behind the objects and the locations he might be referencing is key to unlocking the puzzle.
So it's not just about hitting the trail, it's about engaging your mind and digging into the historical narratives woven into the clues.
He's created a multi-layered puzzle that requires both physical and intellectual agility.
And maybe even a little bit of intuition.
Oh, definitely. This treasure hunt is about more than just finding a box. It's about embarking on a journey of discovery, reconnecting with that childlike sense of wonder and adventure.
I love that. So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, what's the one thing you want our listeners to keep in mind?
I think it's important to remember those energies that Collins Black talked about.
The energies.
Yeah, these treasures are more than just objects. They hold a certain power, a resonance that connects us to the past.
Like they have stories to tell, secrets to whisper to those who are listening.
Exactly. So as you set out on your own treasure hunt, keep an open mind, pay attention to your intuition, and trust your gut.
You might just find yourself drawn to a treasure that's been waiting for you all along. All right, so we're back and ready to tackle the final piece of this treasure hunt puzzle.
The energy of the treasures themselves.
Yeah, remember how Collins Black talked about like sensing a distinct energy from each item?
It was almost like they were carrying a piece of their history, you know?
Right. But how could these energies possibly influence the hunt? That's what I'm wondering.
Me too. It's a tough one to wrap your head around.
Yeah, could these energies like act as guides, leading us towards the hidden treasures?
Maybe. Or what if they're obstacles? Testing our intuition.
That's interesting. He talked about that Spanish gold bar, right? The one from the 1783 shipwreck.
Yeah, he said he could feel the energy coming off of it.
It makes you think about all the stories that bar could tell, The journey across the ocean, the shipwreck, the discovery centuries later.
Right. It's like these objects are characters in this treasure hunt.
Each with their own backstory and personality.
And remember what he said about Jackie Onassis' brooch?
Yeah, he said it felt fashionable.
It's wild, right? These objects aren't just things. They're like vessels of history, carrying echoes of the past.
So if we're approaching this hunt with the idea that these energies exist, how do we use that?
I think it means looking beyond the literal clues and thinking about the symbolism, the history, the emotional weight of each treasure.
So like the treasures are subtly guiding us, whispering secrets to those who are open to hearing them.
It's a possibility. He talked about experiencing moments of serendipity while he was collecting these items.
Yeah, like the treasures were finding him.
Right, so maybe that same principle applies to the hunt itself.
What if you're drawn to a particular location, not because of a clue in the book, but because of an intuitive pull?
Like a feeling that resonates with the energy of a particular treasure.
Wow, so there are like forces at play beyond our understanding guiding us towards the treasure.
Maybe. This is more than just a physical challenge. It's a mental and spiritual challenge.
It's about connecting with history and the natural world on a deeper level.
And tapping into that childlike sense of wonder and adventure.
Right. So as you embark on this treasure hunt, remember to keep an open mind.
Pay attention to your intuition.
Trust your gut.
You might just find yourself drawn to a treasure that's been waiting for you all along.
Well, that about wraps it up for our deep dive into John Collins Black's National Treasure Hunt.
I hope you enjoyed the ride.
We've deciphered clues, explored potential locations, and even tapped into the mystical side of treasure hunting.
It's been quite a journey.
And now it's your turn to take the reins.
Go out there, explore, and may the energy of the treasures guide you.
Well, folks, we hope you found today's video interesting and informative. Make sure to hit the like button if you did. Also, think about sharing it with another treasure hunter. And if you're not already a subscriber, please take a moment to do so now. We look forward to seeing you next time. Take care, and remember, there's a treasure out there waiting for you to find it.